Yo, what's up, guys? Listen, we have a disheartening and a very disturbing clip or story that's coming out of North Las Vegas of this woman. She's a mother of four that tried to add on to her family. And this situation that occurred with the pharmacy is something that I never even heard of, can't even imagine. Especially for a lot of the women who are trying to become pregnant and those who go through the IVF and all these other procedures and have to go to these extents or go to a certain extent just to get pregnant. And when they finally reach it, for something like this to happen is crazy to me. So I'm not gonna hold you guys any further, man. Let's go ahead and jump into this clip and see what's happening. Let's go.
We met Timika Thomas just a few days ago, a few years after she went into a CVS in North Las Vegas. She got medication she thought was going to help make her pregnant, but the pharmacy got it all wrong.
I don't come from a big family, so I wanted to make sure I had a big family.
Timika Thomas loves her big family. She has 4 beautiful, healthy kids and wanted one more. She was having trouble getting pregnant back in 2019 and more trouble when she had to have her fallopian tubes removed after 2 dangerous pregnancies. But she wanted to fight to grow her family.
The fight you ended up having
was a fight that I would have never imagined I would be fighting.
The fight, it turns out, is against CVS, this branch in North Las Vegas in particular. She went in there to get prescriptions to help jumpstart her in vitro pregnancy. She went home, took the medication, and started to cramp.
Cramping is, a norm, but my cramping went beyond that. It was extreme. It was painful.
So painful, she knew something was wrong. Expecting a drug that would trick her body into thinking it was pregnant, she checked the bottle.
and your life changed that day.
2 CVS pharmacists who ended up in front of the pharmacy board had made a handful of errors filling Timika Thomas's prescriptions. They ended up giving her a drug meant to terminate the pregnancy for which she had fought so hard.
They did exactly the opposite of what I was trying to do.
Not okay.
Not at all.
I understand people make mistakes, but that mistake took something from me back.
Thomas gave heart-wrenching testimony to the Nevada State Board of Pharmacy, which sanctioned these 2 pharmacists with unprofessional...
Before I play the rest of that, guys, just so you know, which I don't think that they stated in the story, this woman was actually pregnant with twins. Her unborn twins. She was pregnant with twins. And for any of you guys who know about IVF, when you have IVF, when you take the shots and these injections and things like that, the likelihood of you having twins, triplets, or multiple babies goes up. So the fact that this woman was able to do this, she was able to achieve this, and obviously there's medication involved, which I learned about this because I have a friend who he went through that process. It's a lengthy, very specific thing with injections and all these other things. So to get to that point where you're finally with child and then you take this pill because you're trusting the pharmacist, and a lot of people sometimes they don't. Because some of you guys would be like, why didn't you read the pamphlet? Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? And maybe she just didn't have time because, you know, CVS, other pharmacies, they will include a pamphlet of the drug that you're taking. And that's probably where they're going to come up with the liability, like you should have read it or something like that along those lines. But imagine that, and then you go to look at it and you're like, they just gave me this. Anyway, let's get back to the clip. Let's go, man.
Conduct and failure to adequately supervise the 2 technicians that made the original mistakes. The board says someone at the pharmacy should have called the doctor because nobody at CVS could read these prescriptions. And then one of the pharmacy techs guessed wrong, entering a generic prescription name which is the exact opposite of the brand name the doctor prescribed. Then the board says the pharmacist failed to counsel the patient on what would happen when she took this drug, misoprostol, better known as the abortion pill, which destroyed those 2 embryos and broke something deep inside Timika Thomas.
And all I got was a sorry.
Not good enough.
It will never be good enough.
A CVS spokesman mentioned that apology in a statement to the 8 News Now investigators. It says, "We've apologized to our patient for the prescription incident that occurred in 2019 and have cooperated with the Nevada Board of Pharmacy in this matter. Prescription errors are very rare, but if one does occur, we take steps to learn from it in order to continuously improve quality and patient safety."
Well, I haven't checked it. No, there's a question like that.
But CVS's attorney repeatedly distanced himself from the pharmacist, both at the hearing table and in defense of his client.
To suspend or to take action against a pharmacy license when they really didn't do anything wrong, wasn't pledged that they did anything wrong. The only allegations are that they had these pharmacists.
And he pointed his fingers right at the pharmacist and said they did it.
Correct.
What did you think of that?
I felt like that was not okay because he should have took initiative for the company as a whole.
For his part, the attorney for CVS told the 8 News Now investigators he stands by what he told the pharmacy board and has no additional comment. But for Timika Thomas, it does not end there.
There's not enough that I can say. There's not enough therapy. There's not enough medication that'll take the thoughts away, that'll take the pain away.
The pharmacy as a whole was fined the maximum under the statute. That's $10,000. At least one of those pharmacists no longer works for CVS, and they both got fined and are essentially on probation for a year.
So, Kyle, I mean, obviously there was the fine. One of them looked somewhat remorseful there in front of the pharmacy board. So we're wondering, does Timika Thomas sue now? What's her next?
So far, no lawsuit. This woman had to work through quite a bit in order to even be able to talk about this with me and go before the board. And I know she'd like to sue, but this happened 4 years ago, and in most cases in Nevada, the statute of limitations is 3 years.
And Kyle, we saw in your story there CVS apologize. Did the pharmacist apologize?
Yes, they both did, and tomorrow we'll see their apology, and we'll investigate how and why some of these mistakes get made.
Okay, Kyle, thank you for that.
Now, of course, this corporate attorney is going to distance himself away from them because this is with any situation. This is with any company, any large group. You're going to say, we didn't have anything to do with this leadership, whatever. This was the individual who made this mistake. As far as training goes, we have to learn from this, so on and so forth. And guys, it just leads you to believe that at the end of the day, companies really don't have your back. You're just a number. You're just an employee working there temporarily. But this is crazy, man. This happened in 2019, and they're talking about statute of limitations. I feel like obviously this woman's going through a lot of emotional trauma and a lot of things with that. But because a lot of people go, the first thing you should do is sue. Why she didn't? Hey, but this is something that's just, they didn't offer, they just said sorry. They didn't offer to pay for anything. They didn't offer to pay for, even though I'm not saying that she wants to go back into that. They weren't like trying to say, hey, we're going to do this, or, because you can't bring life back at the end of the day, man. This, I don't know. That is crazy. That's basically just like you just deleted this. Man, guys, let me know what you guys think about this situation, because this is just crazy to me, man. Comment below. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit me up on Linktree to book a one-on-one with yours truly. Purchase all my books, merch, t-shirts. Helps to support the channel. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. With that being said, much blessings and abundance. Stick around for the next video that's going to pop up on the screen below. That's where I'm going to see you guys at. It's your favorite everything. This is Wisdom. I'm out of here. Peace.